Coach, Jimmy and I had the chance to stop by and watch the game on Tuesday night inside the Ford Center. And from what I can see and the way it looked to me, your guys are out there, they're playing loose, and they're having fun. And I think that's a big part of the reason you guys have played as well as you have in this tournament. Would you agree?
I do agree. It's been great. I think, at the beginning, you and I talked, and obviously some disappointment that we weren't able to maybe, do a little better, but I think they've really rallied around it. And, we've just kind of built on the momentum, the success that we've had in the tournament. And I think they're playing with a lot of passion. And like you said, they're having a lot of fun.
Well, knowing that tonight is the last game, win or lose, the season is over after tonight. Is it you're playing for a championship, which is good, but then the season's over. So is it kind of a bittersweet moment for you?
No doubt about it. I mean, I'd play all year long if I could. It's different when you're coaching than when you're playing, but no, it's been a great team to coach, and we're fortunate. We're gonna lose a great senior in Jalen Moore, but we expect to have a lot of returning guys, and we're hoping that whatever happens tonight, we'll be able to build on for the future here.
Well, we talked to Jalen Moore yesterday, which we wanted to make sure to try to get him on because this is his last game, regardless of the turnout, and he's the only senior on the team. But I tell you, Coach, you got him drinking the Kool-Aid, man. He has some good things to say about you. So he's a good kid too. He seems our young man. He seems to be a very nice guy, and has a plan to go and do an internship with the Pacers and everything else. But we had asked him how it was to play for you for the last 4 years, so it's only fair to ask you how it's been to coach Jalen over his career.
Well, number one, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you saying those kind words about Jalen and recognize, because he's an incredible young man. Incredible young man. His mother has done an awesome job raising him. I mean, what you see is what you get. He's a bundle of energy, but watching him grow throughout the 4 years, really didn't say a whole lot around the coaches when he first got here. Kind of quiet, but he's bubbly, energetic, fun guy, and he's been an exciting player because he brings tons of athleticism and his ability to play above the rim, and he's done everything that we've asked him to do, and we're really proud of him, and not only what he's done here and in the community, but we're proud of that next step that he's organized and he's already beginning to make, like you mentioned earlier, as far as getting the internship with the Indiana Pacers.
Talking to University of Evansville men's basketball coach Marty Simmons on the Menard Studio Hotline. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3, and online ESPNEvansville.com. And Coach, as I mentioned that Jimmy and I were at the game on Tuesday night, and DJ Valentine lit it up. Adam Wing had a great night. Blake, your son Blake, had a good night. Really, it was just an all-around strong team effort. And the one thing we did notice, though, was Agidius maybe it wasn't his best game. What was the story with Agidius in that game on Tuesday night?
I think more than anything, we talked about it in the pregame, is playing against undersized guys and his ability, to match up. They went really small and played Howard at the 5, which we hadn't seen him do a lot. And it's tough, to ask a 6'10", 6'11" guy can shoot threes and he's got a quick first step. So I think more than anything, just some matchup issues. And really, I mean, we've been fortunate. Jalen Moore's played outstanding basketball in his last 2 games and has really given us a lift. But Agidius was really good in practice yesterday, and we're going to need a big game out of him tonight if we're going to be successful.
It's Ford and O'Brien on ESPN Evansville 105.3 and online ESPNEvansville.com. We're talking with UE men's head basketball coach Marty Simmons, preparing for the CIT championship game tonight as they host Northern Arizona at the Ford Center with tip-off at 6 p.m. Coach, one of the things that jumped out on the stat sheet, we talked to Lance at halftime, and he said, we shot 66% in the first half. You ended up 57% overall. But one of the bigger things, 23 assists versus 9 turnovers. If you can keep turnovers into single digits, you're going to be a successful coach.
Well, you sound like a coach right there. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, that's the name of the game, I think, for any offensive team. And what makes it tough is we want to play an up-tempo style, make or miss. We want to look to push tempo, but you can't take away your opportunities. And I thought, Gibson having 8 assists and 0 turnovers, and Blake having 7 and 1. that really helps. And it's not easy. Teams are set up to take away your strengths, but you're on it. I mean, I think, from an offensive standpoint, that's one stat that you can really point to that determines whether we're going to be successful or not.
Well, go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, I was just going to bring up that, you were talking about coaches. I seen in an article in the Courier and Press, you're going to lose a coach, which is not a bad thing. As a head coach, I would think you're proud, so to speak, whenever an assistant coach moves up and gets a shot. But Jimmy Elgis, it looks like he's going to get a shot at a head coaching job. Just talk a little bit about what he's brought to this program. He's been with you since like 2007, I believe.
Yeah, anything that we've accomplished here in a positive way, Jimmy has had a part of it. He's energetic. He's passionate. He's a giver in every sense of the word. I mean, he's one of the hardest working guys. I couldn't be happier for a guy that has the opportunity to start his own program. And we actually, Carson Harris is another assistant that about a week ago was named the new head coach up at Marion University in Indianapolis. So we've been fortunate to have two assistant coaches this season that have had the opportunity to accept head coaching positions at other institutions.
Coach Marty Simmons joining us on the Menard Studio Hotline, Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3. And, Coach, let's get into the game tonight. The CollegeInsider.com tournament championship game inside the Ford Center. Tip-off at 6. We don't know hardly anything about this Northern Arizona team. What have you seen on film? What do they bring to the table? What do you got to do to hoist the trophy tonight?
Yeah, really strong, athletic, long, senior, team with a lot of experience, very well set up, very well coached basketball team. There's a lot of things that stand out. One, I mean, they had 56 rebounds the other night against NJIT. They had 23 on the offense. Their two inside players, Martin had 12 offensive boards and Spring 6. So from that standpoint, you're getting, something similar to an Illinois State or Wichita State with their strength and athleticism on the offensive glass. They've got a point guard in Yanku who really pushes tempo. He's a great penetrator. He shoots 7 or 8 free throws a game. He really dictates their tempo offensively. Dixon, their two guard, is another guy that's scoring in double digits. Reminds us a lot of Deshaun Knight at Illinois State. Just a real aggressive, shoots a 3, good mid-range game. And then their leading scorer, Upshur, is long, 6'5", athletic, shoots a 3, aggressive off the dribble. But they're an outstanding team and one that we certainly got a lot of respect for.
That's UE men's basketball coach Marty Simmons joining us on the Menard Studio Hotline. Coach Jimmy and I'll be there to cheer you on. Best of luck tonight, and hopefully you guys are able to hoist that trophy when it's all said and done.
Well, I want to say thank you to both of you guys for all that you've done for me and our program this year by allowing us to come on the air here and all the nice things that you say about us. We certainly appreciate that over here at the University of Evansville.
Well, it's been our pleasure, Coach. And again, best of luck and thanks for the time.
Thanks, guys.